Hello, my name is Dermot Davern, and I'm here today to give you my presentation on the individual project 2 for systems analysis, and my group is ComSci A. So to begin with, just a few basics about our project so you have a solid footing. The app we decided to do our project on is Discord, and the stakeholder I have chosen to review is the company's Chief Financial Officer, Tom Marcinowski. Tom joined the board of directors in March 2021 after previously spending half a decade as head of finance for Pinterest, and so far he's overseen several secondary market investors and Discord's Series H funding. So he's a veteran and somebody they brought in specifically to do this task. Now, when it comes to the models I think are going to be the most important for Tom, to begin with, I think the domain model is critical to his success here, both on a macro and micro scale. Big picture, it's important for him to understand the exact scope of the project because it'll be his job to fund it. And he needs to understand the product, in this case the app, intuitively in order to be able to sell it to its investors. This means understanding how all the systems interact with each other in case they have various questions about how they're implementing X, Y, or Z, and how their infrastructure is set up to handle, say, security or other issues such as that. Small picture, however, he needs to be able to understand the components that allow us to generate revenue and successfully, and then how they connect to other systems. So for example, the subscription model that Discord currently has, how is it renewed and implemented? Do we have servers, security infrastructure, and storage to host payment information? Since it's a requirement to be able to monetize this system, is there space in the domain model for alternate revenue generation implementations, such as advertising? The second model we're going to look at is the gold model, and this is perhaps the most important model for the CFO in my opinion, specifically the business plan. Two things are critical to his job, and that's increasing the number of total users, in effect selling the product, and introducing new revenue streams. Thus, he needs to have a fundamental understanding of what will help him sell the product and the infrastructure they need to have in place to implement new methods. Is our product a quality product? Are we marketing it as a premium app for its design use? Can the service keep up? Is the UI intuitive and clean? Is the audio and visual quality on cost decent? Can we do all this reliably? Is our payment information secure and stored in a safe method? All of this feeds into their ability to sell the product and then further monetize it. All of this leads into my three big questions that I would have after looking at this SRS document. The first one is a matter of infrastructure. Do we have the servers to support a large number of active users at one time, and does high traffic degrade the quality of our service? That's going to be make or break for us. My job is to get as many users on the product as possible because that will increase our funding and our method of generating revenue. Secondly, is our system strong enough and secure enough to keep payment and address details private and confidential? If there's no consumer trust in our product, we are not going to be able to roll it out to a large number of users, and our investors will be very hesitant to get involved. That's just another fact of the matter there. Finally, do we have potential bandwidth to implement more revenue methods such as hosting advertisements in our app? Downstream a little bit, we're going to want to implement new ways of generating money because that is our overall goal as a system, is to generate money. So I want to know if the infrastructure that we have in place will be able to withstand, say, an advertising model or something similar like that. And then the final part of this project is going to be a personal reflection on how I thought the project went as a whole. So strengths and weaknesses. Strengths, we did well as a team. We did roughly the equal amounts of work. We attended roughly the same number of meetings, and we always had someone willing to pick up the slack. However, I will go out and say, when it comes to picking up the slack, one of us, Leo, really went above and beyond with the SRS document himself. If I had to pick a weakness, I'd say our communication was a little fraught and some members didn't reliably reply to messages. This fed into our second weakness, which was organizing a time where all 5 of us could meet. Now, for me, the most difficult part was actually also the most useful part. I did the use case model first, and I was not used to using flowchart editing software, and so it took me a while to learn how to use interface and model things nicely. There was nothing for it but really trial and error, but I did manage to find 1 or 2 helpful videos on the topic. However, this stood to my benefit when I was doing the domain model, as now I'd learned that skill, which makes it my most useful part as well. So that's been my project. Thank you for listening, and have a good day.